on that radio and back here. The cops ain't likely to catch up with us, not tonight. So we can all be quiet and peaceable and listen to the music.
All right, man, we're here. It's actually it's about 3:33, and this is Dave Villa.
And Dave Cribbs.
And this is Auto Dealer Live, and we are going rogue today. Matter of fact, we're going so rogue we started late. That's what I'm talking about. We started rogue style. I'm going to blame it on that.
You got to set the example.
Got to set the example, man. What example? My assistant tried to drag me in here at 3:29, at 3:30, and I said, I ain't having any of that. I'm going rogue today, baby. I'm going rogue. Not wearing any shirt and tie today. No dress shirt.
I can't stand up.
Wow. It's 3:30. What are you guys thinking, man? Are you ready to go rogue today with us? We have an outstanding. You know what? I was like expecting people to go, yes.
Yeah. We're going to go rogue.
Hey, get on Twitter. Let's blow it up. Last week, I want to thank you guys. We had, I think, over 1,500 tweets with the hashtag Auto Dealer Live. I want to thank you guys for helping us on Twitter. And we gave away a vintage microphone. Arnold Terrina won that. Man, Arnold, great job. Good friend of ours, good friend of the show. Look forward to seeing you at Digital Dealer. Also, the other 9 top influencers are getting a signed autograph copy of Christina Dave's
PR for Anyone.
PR for Anyone book. They should be here. If they're not already, they should be here any day. And so we're going to be getting that out to you guys as well. Thank you. So listen, jump on Twitter. Hashtag Auto Dealer Live. And here's what we're going to do today in honor of Digital Dealer. I know, Mike, you had it a different way here, but in honor of Digital Dealer, we're going to give the top influencers, we're giving away 2 tickets today. Dealers, we're giving away 2 tickets today. Listen, if you want to go to Digital Dealer, get on Twitter right now with the hashtag Auto Dealer Live, top 2 influencers. That's what I'm talking about,
Wow.
Willis.
Come on now.
And
Come
Dave,
see us.
Come see us. Talk about that for a second. We got a few minutes before we bring on our first panel guest. By the way, we have 4 panels today, so we're not jumbling everybody together, but we've got them spread out, and we got 4 panels. Arnold said he believes 800 of those tweets were his. I don't know. We were blowing up last week on Twitter, and we want to thank everybody. And we had some people fight for the microphone. And we've got some cool things coming up. Wait till you see what gifts we have coming in here in the next couple of days. By next week, we're gonna have some cool stuff on the table to give away.
Yeah, I'm more excited about the swag than probably the people that are watching. But
Yeah.
the cool thing, Dave, the rogue has already started. The tweets have already started. I loved. I think it was Ed Brooks tweeting out pictures of Sarah Palin talking about going rogue on the show. So that was really cool, Ed. Wow. Flip a coin.
That's heavy, man.
Heads I win, tails you lose.
One of the sales reps gave me that.
That is pretty cool.
That's pretty cool.
Little paperweight.
So we're going to be bringing on in 5 minutes. We're going to start with our first panel. We got the Going Rogue show today, man. Hashtag Auto Dealer Live. If you have any questions and you can get in, we'd love to take some live calls today. And you can call in 813-574-1820, 813-574-1820. The phones will ring, and if we can get you on, we'd love to. We'd love to hear from you. Tweet your questions in if they're good. We have 3 people that are monitoring our Twitter here in the studio all show long, and they're going to get information to us. Dave, we have a great group of automotive professionals on the show today discussing all things automotive, man. What do you think?
Yeah, crazy lineup today. And, we'll be hearing from some of the people that will be actually at Digital Dealer, some of those that will be keynote speakers. We've got the largest certified pre-owned dealer in the country, I believe. Rick Reichart is going to join us. These are the people that I want to be tuning in, and especially if we're talking about going rogue, we're talking about digital plans, we're talking about doing things next level, going to that next place as a dealer. These are the people we want to hear from.
Absolutely. Listen, I'm wearing one right now. I'm wearing one of our new shirts with the new logos, and they got the little hashtag on the back. These are sweet, man. They're very comfortable. And they got the new logo on it. It says Auto Dealer Live Thursdays at 3:30 on the back's the hashtag. If you want one of these shirts, man, come on, get on Twitter. We're going to give the top 10 influencers all types of things, and we've got tons of these shirts that just came in, getting ready for Digital Dealer, but we're going to give them away in advance. So get on, man. We've got 2 tickets to Digital Dealer, and then we got T-shirts. We got other swag. But listen, here's what's really cool. This show is about automotive, and today we've got automotive professionals on. We've got Subi Ghosh. We have Matt Koenig. We have Seren Iseldak. We have Melissa Green, Lisa Copeland, Alan Ram, Rick Reichart, and Rick's going to be on all by himself. We have several panels broken down, but Rick's going to be discussing, we're going to be discussing automotive best practices, worst practices, just like always with different spins, really hearing from the brightest and best minds in the auto business. We're going to talk to Rick today, Dave, about what it takes to light up pre-owned sales. And really, if you're not interested in that, you're not interested in money. And so, yes, all of these people are going to be at Digital Dealer, and then we have Seren and Melissa, who are with Dealer Communications, on with Lisa Copeland, and we're having a Digital Dealer 19 showcase today, but we're going to be talking about not the conference, but automotive. And listen, the reason you would even go to Digital Dealer is because you are in love with the auto industry, and there's going to be some fantastic people there. So today's show, everyone on it will be in Vegas, October, and you don't want to miss part 2 of what you're going to hear today in reality.
Yeah, and Dave, you did miss one name that's on the speaker list that's on the show today.
I did.
David Villa.
Oh.
David Villa, you'll be speaking in Vegas.
Yeah, I'm going to be, thank you, man. Doing a leadership and a sales workshop. Come out and see me. I want to meet you guys. And so thank you, man, for that. It's just great, brother. It's just really, really great. And Kevin Campbell with Sandy Sansing, he's listening. He just tweeted in. He said, I want 10,000 free pieces of mail if I'm top influencer. Woo! Hey, that might be a good way to get more dealers to listen, that's for sure. What's up, Kevin Campbell, Sandy Sansing Motors? He's a rock star e-commerce director. Kevin, man, you need to be the top Twitter influencer and come to Vegas. I know you can afford 25 tickets, but win the 2 tickets, man. Come on to Vegas and we'll rock it out, brother. Dave, man, 2 minutes until we bring these guys on the show. So let me ask you a question, man. Auto industry is blowing up right now. Sales are blowing up right now. Kia is hot right now, man.
Kia is on fire. Kia is really on fire. It's so funny because years and years ago, when Kia first came out, when you would see someone that bought a Kia and they'd pull up into your lot, you'd run, you'd go the other direction because you knew that was a $500 car. But man, I got to hand it to Kia. Over the years, they have really developed that company into something special, and their market strategy and their products right now are unlike they've ever been before. So hats off to Kia. They are rocking it.
Absolutely. Well, Mike, man, I guess we're early and we're ready, and we're going to be bringing on our first 2 guests right now. The next up on Auto Dealer Live is panel number 1. There really is no other name for the 2 of these individuals because it's just panel number 1. Because
panel number 1.
They're gonna, and you know what? Here's the deal. Jeremy Anspach was Pure Cars was scheduled to be on. When he found out Matt and Subi were on, he got scared and said, "I can't do it at the same time because these guys are gonna smoke it." So without further ado, we have Matt Koenig and Subi Ghosh. Sir and ma'am, thank you guys. More time for you guys. Hey, Jeremy literally like 5 minutes ago, his assistant called and said he couldn't do it. I think he got scared. I don't know, man. I think he got a little nervous, Matt. I don't know.
I would be scared too. I'm not going to lie. Actually, the funny thing is, dude, I was looking at Pure Cars because I really don't. I personally, I don't pay attention to them. I don't know a lot about them. I'm like, oh, they're cool tool for the dealer. So that's it, right? So, I didn't think anything bad. So it's funny when you guys were like, hey, on the show, and I was like, am I supposed to, debate them? Because I think their tool's kind of neat, actually. Mm-hmm. So, I don't know. I don't know why you chickened out, but it's probably because of Subi, because Subi's pretty aggressive. That's all I can say.
Well, there's a text from Subi. Yeah. Subi came. I think there's a text from Subi's office that came in and said, "Is Matt prepared?" I don't know what that means.
Oh wow.
Sounds like me.
Yes. I don't know, Matt. I would be terrified. Seriously, if I weren't questioning Subi and I were debating, I'd be terrified. She's a little.
I'm not afraid to debate Subi for 2 reasons. One, because we agree on a lot of stuff, and 2, because I'm not going to lie, I'm kind of tough, a little bit.
Well, let me ask you a question, Subi. We're talking.
I'm scrappy.
Yes, you are. And Let me ask this question, and you guys weren't supposed to come on and debate, obviously, but for good radio, obviously we none of us agree 100% with each other on anything. We just agree to disagree, and we come together with more similarities than differences. So, but let me ask you guys a question, because you're both involved in digital, in the digital space in automotive. Matt, you're heavy, in video, and Subi.
Hey, no fat jokes. Dude.
Huh?
Come on.
There's no pun intended there at all. I really didn't. I didn't think about it. But you're big in and still no pun intended. You know what you are?
He carries a lot of weight in the
you like
industry,
video.
is what I say.
All right, yeah, you like video. Okay, is that better? You like video.
I love it.
You love it. So outside of porn and things like that, so you probably watch automotive second most. So my question would be, Subi, you're in the digital space. Where do you guys, Subi, where would you think that you maybe would disagree? Because when it comes down to it, I mean, dealers are listening now, and I think one of the things they like about digital dealer is they can fly into one space, obviously it's Vegas, but they can come into one area and go, hey, I can get everything. If I like, and it's like a freaking buffet. If you like Italian food, it's there. If you like Spanish food, it's there. So where would you guys, the dealers are listening.
What's wrong with Indian food?
Indian food, it's there. You know what I'm saying? And where would you guys disagree, Subi? If a dealer wanted to spend a certain budget and they were looking at you or Matt, and not just your companies, but where would you possibly disagree?
I honestly don't know. I mean, you stumped me here, because Matt and I actually are good friends. Outside of politics and all of that, we do agree a lot on things. I mean, if you want to ask me where to put money, social is absolutely important right now. There's nothing that beats social advertising. Just it doesn't make sense to not be there with how you can target it. SEO and not cookie cutter SEO, really awesome sauce SEO. And then I think that more than that, it's optimizing your website, partnering with people, doing all of that stuff that a lot of the basics don't cover. You can pay for a service, but if you're not going to participate in it, then that's my problem. So I think Matt and I agree on a lot. But
Matt, are
what
you
is it
going
that you disagree with, Matt?
Are you going to be as politically correct as that, Matt? Or
Well, I'm never politically correct.
Right.
But, we do agree on a lot of stuff, but I'll tell you, I've started making a really radical shift lately in relation to social, because what a lot of people in the social space are talking about is that intermingling of your business and your personal, and for a while it was keep them separate. Then it was, no, let them see a slice of your real life. And then it was like, oh, wait, but don't, because what if one of your salesperson is a millennial and there's pictures of them puking at the frat parties? So then it was taken away, and now it's back. And here's what I see. Personally, my opinion is this. There's a lot of great stuff on social. Targeting, you can target down to the craziest things, which is outstanding. So I love, I'm just going to say Facebook. I'm going to pick Facebook. I love Facebook for hyper-targeted ads. I think it's wicked sweet there. Beyond that, I think it's the biggest time-wasting piece of shit in the universe. It eats up your phone battery. You're seeing all this stuff Villa, I love you, and I love Cribs, right? Villa, you're not even on Facebook, Cribs is. But I don't care, if somebody oh, Sally's first communion, that's so great. But A, I've never met your kid. B, I'm not Catholic. C, I don't give a shit.
Hey,
So
you ever heard
all
the
that stuff keeps lighting up my phone over and over and over. And what I've realized is this. While I've had a big connection of people, I have 1,500 and some people I've connected to on Facebook, big to me since I hate Facebook. Here's what I know. I know that the people that I know, i.e. Subi, you guys, you all have my phone number. So what I realized was out of 1,500 and something friends, really, I don't even want to say the number of them that actually I considered friends. And the rest were just people that, they saw you at a conference, well, I should probably friend you on Facebook. Nothing offensive to that, but it's just they don't really want to be in my personal life. I don't want to be in there, so there's no need. So to me,
you ever heard?
I think social is oversold right now. It's
hold on, hey,
Subi,
before you comment, Subi, before you comment on that, just real quick before I forget this thought, Matt, this is just has nothing to do with automotive, but you ever heard of the comedian Louis K? I think it's Louis.
Louis
Well,
C.K.,
you ever seen the bit he does on Facebook? It's pretty funny. He says, everybody's sending him videos of their kids, first recital, and people are messaging back and be like, oh my God, your kid was so cute. And he's like, you know what? Nobody watches that 5-minute video. You may watch the first 30 or 20 seconds. And he says, to prove it, he said, I could literally film 20 seconds and then film the rest of it in my naked butt. literally, and you would send back
Bingo.
and go, hey, I love it, so cute. And he goes, but they didn't watch past the first 30 seconds. But anyway, Subi, go ahead. Good.
Yep.
Okay, so here's the thing. I grew up on Facebook, so obviously I have a different impression of it. You know, we were on it when it was just colleges. And so for me, it's outside of the business. For me personally, it's how I stay connected to all of the people that I went to school with and grade school and high school and, you know, all of our college friends and watching their kids grow up. I've separated my work stuff from my
Bingo.
personal, and I have different communities, and I speak to each audience. Now, on the business side, on the vendor side, you have to stay involved and stay connected, or else we're out of the game. We're not there to see everything that happens. And so partnering with these cool people that are trying to learn from us, I learn just as much from, you know, the Kevin Campbells and the Lindsay Shakers, and, you know, I could name a ton of people that, you know, I've gotten to know. They've become my little tribe. So for me personally, to use it for business, it's important. Now let's get to the dealer side.
Well, but you
when
hit something
on the
on that,
sales
though.
floor,
That was their whole group tribe thing, and that's a different story, though. Like, family, if that's all it was, like, here's my family's friend, groovy. But what I'm talking about is you don't have to be friends with everyone to engage. Like, I'm a member of
No.
groups, and I see
Yeah,
all
but
the
I've
cool
created
stuff
a
on
network.
related, and I don't have to be friends with all those people that I'm not really friends
right. However, there are things that limit you from seeing some of the engaging, really interesting conversations. And, okay, let's just talk about the dealership side for a second. On the sales floor, 5, 6, 10 years ago, we got green peas in the door and we had people without a book of business. What would we do? We would hand them the phone book and say, go make some calls. This is our phone book today. This is how we reach people. This is how we stay engaged to our communities. Go out to a chamber of commerce. Go mingle with people. This is the same thing. I've stayed connected to, I'm in a new community, in a new area, in a state that is very unfamiliar to me. So I connect with all the different communities in my area, and I network with entrepreneurs and other people, and have networked with people that I would have never networked with in the normal digital setting, but I build my business that way. And there's a ton of opportunity to doing social. It's not just sitting there and wasting time. If you do it the smart way and the right
Well,
way,
I specifically
you
am
can
talking
actually
about
build a
Facebook. Like, I agree with you on social. Like, I do the same thing via Twitter. But Facebook, to me, it became a nuisance and a time waster. And just to share with you, not only just, you know, like, oh, this might be a good idea, but after spending the ungodly hours, because you cannot just do a delete all of friends, by the way. Facebook makes it very hard. They want you to stay connected, apparently. But after doing that cleansing, I can tell you in the last 3 weeks, we have increased profit at such a dramatic rate because we've been more effective at what we're doing. So we're actually doing a lot more effective communication. And now Chris is still on Facebook, like, friending the universe, and that's great. So I have somebody in my office that is their vibe, and he rocks it like you do.
Yeah.
For me, it's Twitter.
You have to do what's right for you. You have to do what's right for you. But I will say this: I've done the same kind of thing, cleansing my work day of that, because it is a time suck. But it's all about, like, the mental steps that you take. For me, I've dedicated, 5-minute increments at random different spurts of the day. I spend on an average less than an hour doing all of the things I need to do on Facebook. That's including like client work that I partner with. So I spend what I need to spend on it, and we can do the same. I've partnered with different dealership groups, and I've partnered with them to create a social culture, which is what I'm going to be talking about at Digital Dealer, ironically.
Plug.
If you put the right policies, I happen to be speaking at the same time as Jeremy, so come to my session. No, but when you put the right policies and procedures in place and you train people on how to use the social networks to build their business and build our business together as a dealership, you can really affect your sales. It's not about just plastering out there, hey, look at my little tagline as a salesperson. It's about engaging that community. And if your salespeople can do it right and you give them a good culture, then you don't have to worry about them leaving, because they like what they do and they can speak their brand without being afraid of the negative stuff that comes back from the community. And if you do that, you're easily looking at people and asking them to build their business and giving them a method to do it that's really quite easy to do. It's just about engaging and saying the right things.
Yeah.
And you know what? I am the type of person there's all different types of people, right? There's entrepreneurs who are workaholics, and then there's, the college students. There's all different types of people, and different material is going to work for all different types of people. I will watch your videos full through when it's about kids. But then if you sit there and preach at me about things that you think you're an expert on, probably not going to watch it after 10 seconds. So it's all about appealing to different people. That's why there's personalities in this space that some people absolutely love and other people absolutely hate. There's different things for everyone.
Yeah.
Well, I think
And Subi, I'm glad that you acknowledged that so many people love me. That is so sweet of you to say. And I'm sure that you were talking about Jeremy when you said so many people hate, and he's easy to pick
Oh,
out.
no, I have nothing against Jeremy.
and on
I'm there with him because it's not fair.
and on that note, Matt, we're going to be closing it out. Hey,
Talk about Digital Dealer, though.
Yeah, let's talk about how dealers can connect with you at Digital Dealer. Subi, go ahead.
Tweet at Subi101 at Ask Subi. You can email me, Subi@dealerauthority.com, or I'm going to follow in Bobby's footsteps. My cell number is easy to find. If you email me, you get it back. It's 716-480-6135. Call me. I'm all about talking to people, like-minded people that want to share, and mutual learning happens, and I call it brain melting. Your brain melts if you mingle with the right people at these conferences and really focus on going there with a purpose of learning something. Your brain will melt, and you will come back completely fired up to do some incredible things at your dealership. So
Matt,
reach out to me. If you don't know who to hang out with, I'll connect you with people too.
Absolutely, and we look forward to seeing you over there. And Matt, real quick before you do, Bobby Herring, sign on the line, says, I see Zero Koenig business posts now that you cleanse me from your friends list. And then she said, I know, I'm just saying what she and she said, Bobby said she uses custom posting to specific groups. Says it's easy. A couple little things that she was throwing out there too. What say you, Matt?
Absolutely, it's fantastic.
Tell us where we can find you at Digital Deal. I know you're going to be. When are you speaking?
So I'm going to follow Bobby and Subi, and I'm going to give out Subi's phone number. It's no, I'm just kidding. If you're going to be a digital dealer, there's going to be two things that I'm going to be doing. One is one of the all-day sessions with Jeff Snap and Ricky Lopez, and we're going to be talking about different ways to connect with the Hispanic community, direct mail, digitally, everything. And yeah, I said direct mail. No, I'm not the guy talking about that, obviously. But the other thing is I'm going to be doing a mobile session there as well. And I will be riding the Vespa board. Yeah. Oh, yeah. I'll be riding this one. So come to my session, even if it's the same time as Subi's.
My daughter, man, my daughter's been hitting me up for one of those, Matt. Are those cool?
Hey, dude. We're going to be giving one away, actually, in Digital Dealer. Dealers shop at our booth and get scanned in. We're going to be giving away a Vespa board with Buscador Auto logos.
Come on.
The sweetest $800 gift you'll ever get. So come to the booth. And I'll tell you what, just follow me at AONICTO. Now you know. There you go.
Matt, Subi, man, you guys are awesome. Thank you guys so much for stopping by, and we can't wait to see you guys very, very soon.
Thank you guys
for having us.
For all you do. You guys are awesome. See you, Subi.
See you.
See you guys.
That was awesome, man. And you know what? You don't want to go anywhere. We have split our commercials in half, so we had a short commercial break here from our sponsors. We want to thank our sponsors. And look, the next up, Dave.
The next up will be Rick Reichart.
The man, the myth, the man, the legend, the man with the plan. One of the top, the top, I guess, certified pre-owned dealer in the country. He's going to be coming on talking about all things pre-owned, and he's going to be a digital dealer as well.
700 units a month.
That's strong, man. That's stronger than ostrich poop. Let me tell you something right there.
Poop.
I would imagine that's pretty strong. I don't know. Rick Reichhart's the next up. We'll be right back.
He's trying to save the advertising world. He did it. He did it for your business. He is Pineapple Advertising.
Set fire to your hair, poke a stick at a grizzly bear, eat medicine that's out of date, use your private parts as piranha bait. Dumb ways to die, so many dumb ways to die. Dumb ways to die, so many dumb ways to die.
Hello, I'm Alan Ram, president and founder of Alan Ram's Proactive Training Solutions. Let's face it, good managers are defined not by what they do when they have a showroom full of customers, but more by what they do when there are no customers in the showroom. In 2015, whether you like it or not, the car business is all about conversion of opportunities and driving traffic. All those great closers and desk people are not doing you a whole lot of good if your dealership is not converting effectively on the telephone and internet. As an owner or dealer, when you see 5 salespeople standing by the front door doing nothing, don't kid yourself. Your dealership is not being effectively managed. Management by Fire is a 2.5-day intensive course conducted entirely by me that teaches managers how to effectively manage in today's automotive industry. Simple processes for driving high-quality traffic. For more information on upcoming events, please call my team at 866-996-4665. Once again, 866-996-4665. Thank you.
We're back.
And we are back. We are back. And without any delay, the next up is the godfather of pre-owned sales, the one and only Mr. Rick Reichart, delivering about 700 units a month. One of the largest pre-owned stores in the country.
I think
Rick
the,
Reichart.
I don't think one of. I
The.
think the.
Maybe
I think the, man.
Come on now.
What's up, Rick?
Hey, Rick.
Guys, throw me that love. I appreciate it. But I do got to correct you. Ever since May, it hasn't dropped below 800. So
Oh,
I
come
love
on
it.
now.
that 700 talk's got to stop. You know, we're looking for 4 digits now.
Hey,
Come
you know what's
on,
funny?
come on.
Everybody thought when Rick first started saying that, hey, listen, I got to correct you, that he was going to say, you know what, I got to correct you.
Yeah,
I'm not number 1. I'm number 2.
600.
I got to correct you guys. It's actually 800. I love it.
It's awesome.
What's up, Rick?
I got it. We got a great team, man. We got a lot of great momentum going on, and we're really in a great market here in Columbus, Ohio. You know, not many people know this, but 50% of the U.S. population lives within 500 miles of here. So when you look at radiuses and marketing and buying cars and you know how far out to go and shop price and merchandise and things like that, we really have a great system because we have such a big pool to fish from.
That is, you know, it's incredible, man. And you know, I want to jump right in because this is an amazing keynote. Dealers that are listening right now, you want to know a reason to go to Digital Dealer, if nothing else. Rick's going to be there, and you know, and I say that with all sincerity. You know, Rick, you're on a freaking panel, man, with Google and Facebook. I mean, come on.
Yeah.
I mean, that's stronger than dirt. And so, you know, and here's the kind of question, Dave, I want to throw out there first to Rick, because when everybody thinks of used cars, you know, 800 plus a month, obviously the godfather of used cars, you know, I think all the car guys automatically think of like closing and, you know, strong. But, you know, the bottom line is, man, you're on a panel digital decoded. You know, you're gonna lay down some facts on, you know, how to approach digital in 2016. I mean, you know, so talk to us, man, about how important it is really to be in tune with what's going on, man, at the forefront of the auto business in the digital space.
I mean, to talk about the convention as a whole, I mean, I remember going back 10, 12 years ago when the convention first started, going to Tampa, going to Nashville, going to Vegas, going every chance I got. And anytime I could, you know, get up next to some of these real smart people in the industry. I remember the first time I met Dale Pollack in 2008, and, you know, you get up close to those people and you listen to them. And now when I walk in the room, they'll look and say hi to me. And that's pretty cool, you know, the people that you go and you listen to, because I didn't invent anything. I didn't do anything different, anything new. There is no crystal ball. It's listening to smarter people than me and following the direction, because they'll tell you what to do.
Right.
And when you get to those conventions, yeah, you can watch the videos afterwards and all that things, but to break from the meeting and have that one pressing question you wish you had the answer to, and be able to walk up and they say, hey, actually, I'm walking down to the cafeteria. Why don't you come with me? We can talk about it some more. You really get that deep learning that's just awesome, and you can't really replace it with anything. And yeah, to be on a panel with Google and Facebook, and of course it's being moderated by Mr. Onspach, and Jeremy and I talk quite a bit, not because we agree upon everything, but because he's just a very smart mind. And when you find geniuses in the industry, and the automotive industry does not have many geniuses. Mm-hmm. It doesn't take a master's in anything to get into the car business. We know that. So when you find those people, you got to connect with them. You got to ask smart questions. You got to listen to what they're saying.
Absolutely.
Well, Rick, I say you are a genius, and I'll tell you why. Because when, like you said, when you walk in, they say hi to you now, and I think that's because you took what you learned from those digital dealer conferences, according to what you just said. But the key is you took it back and you actually implemented it, and that's the part that's genius, is actually the implementation. So tell dealers. Because I'm sure that there are dealers that go to Digital Dealer and get excited and they see things and they come back, but they really, they know they got to get their guys on board, their gals on board. How do you as a dealer go back and really encourage everyone and implement a plan?
Well, first, every one of those plans, everything you learn, it's very broad. It could be, the corner lot independent used car dealer with 15 units on his lot all the way up to the AutoNations of the world. You have to be able to adapt what those plans are, and you've got to be able to first develop a process back at your store. You got to have the right people and the right culture in place so that they listen to you and they want to learn and they want to grow. And sometimes to change an entire business model takes a lot of convincing, a lot of faith. And if you've earned that, and that thing kind of matriculates into what it should be and that success starts to happen, they really buy in. So bring something back, get the buy-in, then the next time you bring something up, they're going to listen and react a lot faster.
Hey, Rick.
And that's really what our backbone is here, is the process, the people.
Absolutely. And, Rick, they're bringing in, honestly, they're listening because they're bringing in guys like you, dealers who, listen, dealers want to hear from dealers. And when we here in Tampa, we helped them and partnered with some dealers like Matt Lasco and guys like, Elisa Copeland and Brett Oob and brought some folks in. Well, there's someone on the line, I think, that just kind of, we brought him in live because we're just announcing now they just launched a brand new morning keynote with the one and only Grant Cardone. He actually just called in. I think Grant, you on with us?
Yeah, what's going on? I'm looking at Reichart right now. Dude, you're looking pretty, dog.
Hey,
I'm telling you, man, I've just been watching you for the past 12, 15 years, man, just trying to be more like you.
Yeah.
So Grant,
what are you guys doing today, man? Y'all talking change?
We're trying.
Going rogue?
Yes, sir.
We're talking about going out to Digital Dealer, learning something, and bringing it back and implementing it. And what that process looks like, and I'm just talking about how every store's different. Everyone's layout's a little different. Not everyone's facilities are the same. Not everyone's personnel is the same. So you've got to adapt and tweak things to what works best in your store.
Yeah, and I think Rick,
That's what
you do
about.
a good job of it, and I know a lot of other dealers that do. You go there with an agenda and an intention to get something and bring it back. And I know some people that sometimes, and I've done it, I've gone to events and not really be clear about what am I going there to get, what am I going there to take home with me, so it's an investment, not just time spent at another convention.
Right.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And Grant, Rick mentioned a moment ago that part of his success in bringing things back was not just listening to the speaker, but then actually engaging, taking advantage of those moments in between sessions, getting with the right people, and really quizzing them on what to do next. So what do you say to that, Grant?
Yeah, I think people need to drill down to what somebody says. I remember I was doing an NADA convention years ago. Are you going to break, dude? You going to a hard break or what?
You talking to us?
Oh, that's my phone. I'm playing my own music in the background.
Oh.
So
you got a theme song now too, Grant? I want to hear it. I want to hear the Grant Cardone theme song.
Did your ear ever pick up other stuff? I keep all these browsers open. I think my ear hit one of my browsers and opened it. But what I was saying was I was at NADA years ago when I was the guy talking about, hey, you need to use information to accommodate the customer. This is probably 15 years ago. And you need to handle the price thing and quit hiding around price. This is way before TrueCar. And I remember dealers who would walk out and all they would do is criticize me to the budget, saying, "Oh, that guy wants to give price to everybody," rather than coming up to me, being engaged, and saying, "Hey, what exactly do you mean? What are you saying there with price?" When I get critical of somebody, there's either something I'm either right. Okay, or there's something else for me to learn because it's challenging maybe the way I'm thinking or the way I've been doing business in my own business.
Right. Absolutely. And, and Rick, we had mentioned, Grant, before you came on there, Rick was going to be on with Google and Facebook, and I know that they just launched, Grant, you're doing a keynote. Do you know when it is, Grant? Do you have that information in front of you?
I think no, I have no idea. I think it's 8 o'clock in the morning, though. I'm like, hey, is anybody going to get up at 8 o'clock in the morning in Vegas? I think it's the second day. What's the second day?
Yeah, the second day's Tuesday. Yeah, they will now. They will now. Let me tell you something, man. We're gonna throw it out there too, man, and let people know that Grant Cardone's gonna be doing a keynote, because I think that's gonna be, what a way to start the day, brother. I can't wait. And then and honestly, man, it's going to be. They've already. I think it was 2 weeks ago when we were at the Women in Automotive in Orlando. I saw Jared there briefly, Grant, but Seren came up and said that they already at that point had the largest registration of dealers in their history. So there's a lot of car guys that are going to be part of this, and I think it's because guys like Rick Reichart and guys like you, Grant, and real car people are really coming in and starting to pour in some knowledge. And so do you have any idea what you're going to talk about, Grant?
Yeah, I'm going to be talking about how the dealer can really engage social media to get a following, number 2, to get engagement, and actually get people off of Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, whatever the case is, or even these live streams. Mm-hmm. Since we talked, I've been freaking destroying the stream space. I mean, it's been unbelievable. And I haven't seen any dealers do anything with streaming yet, and I'm going to be talking about how to use these technologies to drive traffic to either talk about your dealership in a positive way or go to your store and buy not just a car, but to look at new models, to look at service, to consider parts and any other products that maybe your company sells, but to actually get people off that Facebook page and into the store. So I've been working on this for the last, 6 years now, to really trying to understand social media in my own world, how to get people off of Facebook or off of a stream onto my website to buy products from me.
That's powerful. And Rick, you're at over 800 now a month, man. 800 plus pre-owned vehicles a month, dude. That's just amazing. And let me tell you something. If anybody wants to know how to make money, which is where the money is in the used cars, they need to come listen to what you have to say. And Grant, before you came on, I was saying if dealers hear that, the first thing they think of, you're from the car business, in the old school car business especially, they're like, man, yeah, closing. But Rick's on a panel where he's going to be talking about how to approach 2016 from a digital perspective, because he said he wants to get into the 4 digits monthly.
Wow. Well, wait. Let me tell you something. That's because the workday begins the same way that the convention is going to begin. The morning keynote is one of the best trainers in the country, and we start everyday training. And it's not just about closing, because if you set up everything from before the first click all the way until that real relationship with the salesperson happens, the deal's already closed. It's 85% of the way there. Just don't piss off the customer. And it's easy, and they just buy cars. And that's what Grant's talking about. I hate the word social media unless you put the word engaged in front of it like Grant did. Engaged social media is a whole different story. And if you learn how to engage somebody on there, and I don't know how to do it yet. I can't wait to learn about it. That's one of the reasons I'm going. It's not just to sit on the panel. It's to go and listen to guys like Grant and figure that out, because I don't know how to utilize social media.
800
I've tried retargeting. I've tried some other ideas. I've put some videos. We post content. Sure, our followers are growing, but I don't have data that shows here's the return on your investment that makes it make any more sense than some of the other avenues that I'm currently doing. So I'm not going to continue to pump money at something that I'm not getting a good return back on.
Grant, 800 cars.
If I can learn how to do it, baby, I'm all in. Let's go.
Grant, 800 cars a month. He said, I'm going because I don't know how to do it yet. I want to learn. That's got to.
Yeah.
Come on, that's why right there. I don't know if anybody else got that. Oh yeah.
Rick, I'm looking at your Facebook page right now, man. That rocket you got, okay? That rocket thing you got in your hand.
Nasty, brother. I'm actually shooting that off at a concert I'm promoting tonight for the Credit Factory.
Yeah.
What's that?
I think it's awesome.
Oh, it's
How many
killer.
cars you got on the lot right now?
And that baby's only turned halfway up. Now, if I can carry that on the airplane to Vegas, I'll bring it.
Well, why not I just come pick you up? You can carry it on my plane.
That's what I'm talking about. I got to learn some more from you, brother. I don't have a private jet yet, but I'm working on it.
Dude, you're making so much money over there. You don't have any place to fly. You don't need a jet.
I don't need to. I'm home.
You know what I would do, Rick, today? Here's one little thing I would do on your site. On your Facebook page, I would put on your Facebook page anybody that can guess how many cars I have on my lot in the next 30 minutes, I'll give a free oil change to.
Okay, I'm gonna pull it up right now. I got the screen behind me. Okay, you know what? But the thing I'm trying to figure out, we have like 6,800 followers. You know, and now I'm finding out unless you're paying for it, Google's not even gonna, or not Google, Facebook's not even gonna post everything on the news feed. Only 12% of your followers are, you know. You start hearing all that stuff, and then it's like, well, wait a minute. If not everyone's going to get the message, is it really worth it?
Yeah.
The time and the money invested. Now, 30 free oil changes to get people in the door. Marketing still comes down to the first principle did 100 years ago: get the customer in the door. So, absolutely right. To have an incentive to bring somebody in even for oil change, get them in the door, and we know what to do from there. But they got to have the feet in the showroom. Get them off the computer, off social media, off Facebook. Get the feet in the showroom. Now we can dance. You said it.
Yeah, and Grant, we see you doing that.
You're definitely. Yeah, go ahead.
We see you doing that so successfully as well, and we're so looking forward to seeing the both of you at Digital Dealer. We'll be sitting in, Dave and I, I'm sure, and absorbing everything, and we're looking forward to seeing you guys there at Digital Dealer. Grant, how can people find you?
That was a dumb question. But hey,
it was supposed to be funny, okay? Oh. It was supposed to be funny.
You said it a little too serious, man. I thought you fell down. I didn't know what. I didn't. Try not to find. How about type in the word GRA on Google and then see if anything else comes up? Is there any other word that starts with GRA that's going to come up before then? I don't know.
Well, hey, I look forward to seeing you guys over in Vegas. Hey, Rick, let's have a cigar the night before. And
I'm ready for you.
Dude, let me see if I can figure out when are you going in.
I'm going in Sunday. I'll be flying in Sunday evening.
Let me figure out when I'm going out there and where I'm going from, and maybe I'll come pick you up.
Awesome, brother. Let me know.
Who are you bringing with you?
Me and my right-hand nerd man. Actually, he's a ninja, so I can't even let him be shown on camera. There he is. Okay.
Come on.
All right.
Okay.
No more of that.
What I'll do is let me. I'm going to hang up right now. I'm going to work on my calendar right now, and I'll call you.
Hey, Grant, thanks for calling in, Grant. Man, we look forward to seeing you there. Rick, thank you, man, for hanging with us, and we look forward to seeing you guys there so much, man. Appreciate the time, guys. Thank you very much.
Right on, guys. Thank you. Can't wait.
Okay.
See you, Rick.
That was awesome, man. But what a privilege of Grant calling in, and can't wait to see the keynote. We just found out right before the show. I just found out that it was going to happen, so I texted him and said, hey, can I launch this? And so he called in. But awesome. Guys, we'll be right back. You don't want to go anywhere. We're running a little bit behind, but the next up, Dave, The next up is Seren, Melissa, and Lisa. You can't say Seren's last name.
I can't. That's why I just went down the first names.
I learned it today, actually. I've known it for a while, but I've learned it officially today. Mike told me how to say it, and I said it 3 or 4 times before the video. Isseldeck. And Melissa Green and Lisa Copeland are the next up in 2 minutes. We'll be right back.
Jason Rice from Lot Pop, and let me tell you what we do to help dealerships increase used car sales 20 to 30% in gross in volume. 3 areas we focus on: trend reports. We look at weekly trends that no one else is trending to make adjustments on our inventory. 2 is we do weekly review calls to review those trends, but also we dig through every car that needs to be price adjusted to increase the searches. And 3, we do a virtual lot walk, make sure every car is standing tall in line, and make sure we don't have bad photos like these. Check out our website, lotpop.com. our blog at automotiverevolution.com, and our weekly video tips at increaseturn.com. Thanks.
Moving on here, Dave, I wanted to read a question that came into the show. This comes from a dealer viewer that states they're at 1.67 hours per repair order in the customer paid labor in their service department, are in the bottom 50% in the nation with their survey scores, and continually struggle to get their customer retention above 40%. They want to know if we know of anyone they can contact to help them with this.
Yeah, that's a great question, and the viewer shouldn't feel bad because, Dave, half of the dealers are at those kind of numbers or lower. And the great news is there is a solution. It's Jeff Cowan at Jeff Cowan's Pro Talk. Jeff is considered the creator of the modern day walk around and selling process in the service drive.
You're right. Jeff is the best. The average Pro Talk customer is usually in the top 7% in the nation with survey scores, in the 80% range in customer retention, and in the 2.5 range in customer paid hours per repair order, including oil changes. That's why most consider Jeff the nation's authority when it comes to training service staffs everywhere.
Yeah, and Jeff's real easy to reach too. I mean, you can call Jeff today at 1-800-248-2931, or you can reach him through email at info@jcowensprotalk.com.
He's easy to reach and offers in-store, on-the-drive training, workshops, and virtual training as well. Call Jeff today.
Fall in love with your advertising and production. Pick the Pineapple.
All right, we're back. And I just noticed, man, that our marketing, when we sent out some of the tweets today, we said Going Rouge. What is Going Rouge?
Going Rouge.
It was Going Rogue, but yeah, we misspelled.
Our makeup has never been better.
It has
Rouge.
something to do
Isn't that
with
a color?
Bob.
That's the color of my wife's blush.
I thought it was like a bobsled competition.
All right. Hey, listen, without further ado, we are going to bring on three. These are like Charlie's Angels. These are like these are some powerful women right here. The next up on Auto Dealer Live, we have Seren Isteldak, Melissa Green, and Lisa Copeland. Did I say it right? I said it right, huh, Seren?
That was close.
Close? How do you say it?
Almost.
Mike, well, hey, you know what? Mike's the one who told me how to say it. I literally said that 4 times.
That's why I skipped it earlier.
Before the video earlier, before I did the promo video. Hey, ladies, thank you guys for hanging out. We didn't know Grant was going to call in. I shot him a text and right before when we had Rick on, and I said, hey, can we announce? I heard that the keynote was official. Can we announce it? He said, give me the number. I'll call in. So that was cool. He called in, and him and Rick, had a little dialogue, and that's going to be pretty cool. Pretty cool. So thank you guys for joining us. Lisa, I know you are there probably still cleaning up your month, I'm assuming.
Right? That's what I'm sitting here doing at my desk. I'm closing my month.
I would imagine. Well, Melissa and Seren, thank you guys. And it's always great to see you guys and get a chance to talk to you. What a great buzz that's going on. In my experience, I think this is like one of the greatest buzz, and I'm only drinking coffee and Perrier, so I'm not talking about that kind of buzz. The greatest buzz going around right now for any conference or in any time that I've heard. It's really like a lot of excitement going on. You guys sense that too?
Yeah, absolutely. So this is hands down probably one of the best conferences that we have coming up, with well over 100 educational sessions, and we have well over 120 vendors. So we're very, very excited about the upcoming conference. Our attendance is over 35% ahead of schedule. So we want to invite any dealers that are still out there, if you're interested, to please contact us and come.
Absolutely. I think we saw just some of the things on Twitter during the conversation between Grant and Rick. Guys were saying, sign me up, I'm going, sign me up. So I'm assuming you guys are going to get some more, and obviously it's going to be a great conference. Dave, it's going to be good this year.
It's going to be great. It's going to be great. It's like we mentioned earlier in the show. I forget who said it, but it's like, a candy store for dealers as far as the digital aspect, because they can go there. It's a one-stop shop. They can see what really the whole entire auto industry has to offer on the digital side. And of course, that's on the forefront of dealers' minds. So much of the process is moving digital. I know that Lisa, as a dealer, I'm sure it's even tough to keep up with all the things that become available, but I know that's something you're conscious of every day, right?
Absolutely, and that's why I love these conferences, because we can see everything one time and one time only, because you have to stay ahead of the curve. This market, everything about this is moving. Today we've got Cox Automotive here in Flex Drive, and we're launching subscription-based car buying. We're the first dealer in the nation of any franchise dealer, but we're changing the conversation, right, on how people are going to buy cars in the future. And so it's just exciting, but you have to stay ahead of it, and that's how you do, is attending these conferences and listening to our colleagues and sometimes our competitors,
Absolutely. And, Seren, Melissa, just a few. There's tons of, and I love what you guys are doing. You've always had great speakers, and I love and appreciate great speaking in general. But a lot of dealers. Let's face it. I mean, Lisa, you're a dealer, and you're a little bit of a different breed. A, you're just a different breed, and B, I think as a successful female dealer, you don't think like men do. And some of these guys are like, okay, vendors. But let me go down the list, guys, of just a few. Anthony Bartoli. Okay, with Bamarito Nissan, Richard Lucy, a Buick GMC dealer, Bobby Heron, Garber Automotive, Brian Armstrong, VW Southtown, Chad Sabaka, Anderson Auto. We have Westboro Toyota. We got Dario from there, Eric at Cardinal Group, Jay over at Southboro, Jennifer. I mean, I'm going down the list here of dealer after dealer after dealer that are speaking. Rick Reichart Automotive. There's literally 20 dealers that I have in front of me with just a sampling of literal dealers that are speaking at this conference, and that's pretty cool.
Yeah, I love hearing from my colleagues. I do. I love hearing from other dealers, and I like hearing from the vendors and what's the newest, latest, greatest. So it sounds fantastic.
It does. Melissa, what's your thought process? You guys really knocked it out of the park, you and Seren, in getting dealers on board with this.
Yeah, so Seren has really been heading up part of our speaker agenda, and she's really been working directly with the dealers, so she can speak more to that. But most certainly, I think integrating more dealers into our schedule is the direction we're heading. I think, as Lisa was saying, they want to hear from their peers, and I think that's one of the important parts.
Seren.
This conference in particular, we have the most amount of dealer speakers that we've ever had. We have over 15, and then even our keynotes. Every keynote panel has a dealer on it. Scott Monty, he used to work for Ford, so that's a great keynote that we have as well. So we really focused on having as much peer education as possible for this upcoming conference.
That's awesome. You guys are wearing some pretty cool shirts, Seren.
Yeah.
Seren's got an Auto Dealer Live shirt on. Cool. And you got Car Strong. That's awesome, man. You guys are representing.
That's right. Thank you.
Lisa, I saw you a couple weeks ago. We saw you guys in Orlando, and you killed it, knocked it out of the park, across the street into the neighbor's yard, actually through their window. And so, I mean, and my wife was with me in Tampa here, and she said she wanted to go to the one thing she wanted to go see is you, and you were so great at your workshop. And so, I mean, it is important hearing from your peers because there's some great vendors out there, and obviously you want to stay ahead of the curve. But did you guys hear what Rick Reichart said a minute ago? He said he sells over 800 used cars a month, and here's what he said, humbly, like, I don't think he gave it a second thought. He's like, you know what, I'm going because I don't really know how to do that yet, and I want to learn and do better. And I'm like, really? This guy's selling 800 cars a month. People are trying to learn from him, and he's going so he can learn more. Lisa, that excites me.
Yeah, and I'll tell you, that's me. I mean, I will go. I mean, I always want to listen to somebody who's more successful than I am, or somebody that I really respect. And I don't like to be taught so much. I want to listen to people that are doing it, right? That are doing it, that are successful, that are my peers, that know what I'm up against when they speak. So, because they're up there talking about, and you always hear me say the struggle is real, and the struggle's real in this business. And so, congratulations, ladies, for having so many dealers.
Yeah, absolutely.
Thank
Very
you.
good.
Yeah, we see this time and time again with the most successful dealers seem to be the ones that are the most open to hearing about new things and about things that will improve them.
Well, I think Lisa spoke on that a couple weeks ago. I mean, when you had the gentleman with that wrote the book, I apologize, his name's slipping, but when you said that's one of your mentors and you spoke about the challenges and how, you shot for this 100 mark and, you were at 93 and 95 and even the regional or the president of Fiat was like, hey, listen, you're doing a great job, stop or whatever it is, but you're like, it's what successful people do. It's what they do, right, Lisa? I mean, there's a reason they're successful. The day you stop learning, I guess you probably will die.
Well, and I'll tell you, who I had there with me was Steve Siebold, and he's my executive coach and has been for 7 years. And he wrote the book 177 Secrets to Mental Toughness. And I spend 6 figures a year having an executive coach, and it's served me well. I'm now a car dealer, and I have everything in life I've ever wanted. I've gone and I've gotten, but I could not have gotten there by myself. So I got there hiring an executive coach, which is my investment in myself, which I think every person should do. Maybe not the Steve Siebold level, but, having an executive coach. And then finding a group of peers that, I travel around the country quite a bit, going to these events and speaking. And so I've got a group of peers of dealers that we're friends. And we're the most successful dealers in the country, but we're friends, and we lean on each other, and we talk to each other. And so it's amazing, and I'm grateful that I've had the opportunity to meet all these people and truly call them friend and colleague. But this is how you meet them: is you go to these conferences, and
Well,
this is how we all know each other.
Lisa, you've already kind of committed, and I think we were witnesses there a couple weeks ago. You're going to be on our Women Who Rock Auto panel there at Digital Dealer, right? Because I mean, we wouldn't have any other way.
I didn't know if I was invited or I invited myself. I wasn't sure.
I thought there was like a staple.
There was an Auto
think
Dealer
that I kind
Live.
of shamed you.
There was there was a producer that was threatened, if I remember right.
No,
Yeah, they were all scared of me. You saw those shoes I had on, right?
No, you were definitely welcome, and I thought it was just a given. I think you're probably among the top 4 women in automotive who rocked. I mean, so I think that's just fitting.
Yeah, it's a standard.
Oh, well, that's sweet. Thank you for the compliment. I appreciate it.
You're welcome.
Yeah,
My pleasure.
Absolutely. And Lisa, I'm going to read something from Eric Gale. He's also going to be one of the speakers at Digital Dealer. He is the COO of the Cardinale Group with over 17 rooftops. And, one of the things that he wanted me to share today, he's on a plane right now, so I'm sharing these thoughts with dealers for him. But one of the things that he wanted me to share is that, in 2010 and 2011, he really took a hard look at their digital strategy, and he said it was a failing strategy. It was tough to take a look at that and admit that, hey, this isn't really working. We have to do something else. So he personally flew to Florida to a Digital Dealer 10, I think it was. And, he really took back. We talked about, earlier about it's one thing to go to Digital Dealer. It's another thing to take everything that you see and learn and go back and implement it into the dealership. And he talked about the fact that he just went back with some non-negotiables, and they started this practice. And right now they are number 4. They're the number 4 largest online dealer in the country, automotive group. So hats off to Eric, and Eric will be speaking and sharing ways that you can actually go back to the dealership and implement this type of plan. But he says, Lisa, and I'd love you to hear your comments on this, but he says, as a dealer, you're the investor and you're 100% responsible, and you have the right, you reserve the right to do it your way. You have the power, and you're going to live and die by the sword, so you might as well do it the way that, step out and take a chance and do it the way that you know is going to work.
Oh, I agree. Like I said, so I will definitely go hear him speak. But what I love is that the people that get up on stage and that they've done it, the dealers, or they've taken information back, they've used it, and they've been successful with it. And then, just like I try to do when I speak, is break it down. Like, I might have spent forever trying to put something together, but I'm going to try to break it down to 1, 2, 3, 4, cut out all the mistakes I made and tell you the 4 things that worked, right? That's what's important. And I leave with a whole book full of notes every time I leave these conferences. And I try to, because to your point, without execution, forget about it. It's just that you're just showing up for the parties at night. So, but to take back the 1 or 2 top things, which is what I spoke about at the women's conference, what is the 1 or 2 things you learned at this conference? And only take 1 or 2 of them, but take them back and execute. Make them happen. Or this is just a party, and you're wasting your money. But, I think that part of the success is when people actually show up at the conference. That right there tells me these are people that want to be successful. These are people that are serious about their business, and these are people that want to take themselves and their dealerships to the next level. So that's step 1. So you showed up. But step 2 is taking your 1 or 2 takeaways and implementing them. And if you do that 5 conferences a year, and you bring 1 to 2 things back and you implement, within 12 months, you are a better car dealer, you're a better general manager, sales manager, F&I, whatever it may be. That's how in our business we educate ourselves. We can all go to school for whatever, but the car business is baptism by fire, learning from your colleagues, showing up, and then implementing 1 to 2 great ideas a month.
Great, well said, well said. And let me ask Melissa and Seren. I know Lisa's got a month to close, and you guys have been so gracious to take time out of your schedule. But Melissa, Seren, is there still time? Is there? I know that's a fixed question, but is there still time? And how does a dealer get on board? And what do they need to do? And how quick?
Yes, 100%. There's always time. We don't close registration until the Friday before our conference. So please, by all means, go to digitaldealer.com and go to our conference link and then register. And I believe if they use Auto Dealer Live, they get $100 off.
Come on,
that would be great.
Use Auto Dealer Live as a code. Listen, dealers, I'm going to make an appeal to you guys that are listening right now. We have strong guests on all week. I don't think that you could have any better guests, and we're not finished. We have Alan Ram coming on next, but we have great guests. I mean, Lisa Copeland, Grant Cardone, Rick Reichart, Subi Ghosh, Matt Koenig, Seren, and Melissa. I literally I went to say her last name, and I said, for risk of sounding stupid, I just said Seren. But you can't. I'm going to make an appeal to you. Sign up, register, come out, meet us, come out and see the people, and sit down and listen and take notes and take them back to your dealerships, like Lisa said. And I promise you won't be disappointed. So digitaldealer.com, and all you guys are on Twitter and on social media. How do they follow you as well? Seren?
Me, it's just Lisa C. Copeland on Twitter.
Okay, Lisa C. Copeland. I would highly recommend following Lisa. She's got some great content she puts out with other things she does. Seren, how do we follow you?
Mine is at JUHREN.
At JUHREN, Melissa.
Mine is at Green Melissa, MELISS.
Green. At Green Melissa. All right.
Yep.
Thank you, ladies, so much.
And you know what? Can I plug one more thing?
Absolutely.
So, I know it's not just a party for the conference, so by all means, we want everyone to get a lot of education and to implement things that they're learning. But we are, in fact, throwing an appreciation party for all the dealers that will be in attendance. This is our first ever, so we're very excited. We feel like everyone needs to be celebrated, so we will be throwing the party on Tuesday, October 6th from 8 to 11 at Dre's Nightclub. So please, all dealers, come out and rally because it's going to be a great event. Dre's is on top of Cromwell. It's a beautiful location, and we want to celebrate you.
Melissa, will you or Seren tweet that just using the hashtag so we can make sure to get it out? It's a dealer appreciation party. Dealers, the Digital Dealer wants to show their appreciation for you, and what a great conference! I can tell you if it's better, which it looks like it's going to be than the last two, then it's going to be great.
It's going to be awesome.
Awesome.
Thank you guys so much.
All right, thanks so much.
See you soon.
Thank you.
That's awesome. Hey, real quick, we're going to jump right into the next up, Dave.
Yeah,
I'm so excited. We're only a couple minutes over, so you do not want. This is it. This is the last thing we're going to do on the show today. But we saved the best for last, in my opinion, because you guys, we got such an overwhelming response on Alan Ram's first Ram on Fire last month. We're doing a once a month segment with the Alan Ram called Ram on Fire.
And then next up,
why is it called Ram on Fire, baby?
Why? Because he's on fire.
He's on fire, and it's no holds barred. I mean, like literally, if you get in his way, he's going to either run right over you.
You're going to get burnt.
He's gonna. You know what he's going to do? He's going to cut you, and then he's going to put Neosporin on it. He's going to cut you. He's going to pick you back up, and he's going to put Neosporin on it. So you're going to look at it and you go, wait a second, did he just run over me? Well, thank you, Alan. Thank you for running over me. He's going to make you feel good about getting run over.
There you go. Next up, Ram on Fire.
Hello, I'm Alan Ram, president and founder of Alan Ram's Proactive Training Solutions, and here's what's got me fired up today. Some of these ridiculous BDCs that I see popping up all over the automotive industry. I'm not talking about all BDCs, I'm just talking about most of them. I'm no more anti-BDC than I'm anti-restaurant, but just like a bad restaurant, some of the BDCs I see are giving me a stomach ache. I'm specifically referring to the model with non-salespeople taking sales calls. That's what we're talking about here. Non-salespeople taking sales calls. Here's the mentality. Our people suck on the phone, so let's set up a BDC to handle our phone calls. Here's the problem. Your people don't suck because you don't have a BDC. They suck because you haven't trained them properly. If you trained them properly in the first place, put some simple processes in place, and held them accountable, your problems would have been solved. If you think that for whatever reason that you can't train salespeople, you're absolutely wrong. If you don't think you can train salespeople, you may as well extend that to all humans and say that humans cannot be trained on the telephone. They can absolutely be trained, but what you use has to really be training. More on that in the future. What I'm saying is that a lot of dealers have bought a lot of stuff over the years that was called training that it really wasn't. I have 4 reasons that I call checkmate facts for why you do not want to subscribe to this specific BDC model. Notice, I say these are facts. This isn't my opinion, like me telling you what my favorite pasta noodle is. These are facts. The number one reason you don't want non-salespeople taking sales calls is expense. Don't tell me that you're expense conscious when you want to hire a second group of people to do what the first group should be doing. You've got 4 salespeople standing around outside with their thumb up their ass for 3 hours talking about their fantasy league while they wait for one customer. You do not have to hire someone else to take their calls. Number 2, there is no one better qualified to discuss the product, the competition, alternate vehicles, or know the inventory better than a trained salesperson. We know that customers today are more educated and informed than they've ever been. This is no time to be dumbing down your process. Now, are you ready for number 3? This is huge. This is what dooms many of these BDCs. How hard is it today to find good salespeople? It's competitive when it comes to getting a hold of the people we really want selling cars at our dealership, right? So a good salesperson comes in to talk to you about coming to work. He likes the product, loves the facility, great location. Now you break the news to him that he cannot handle inbound sales calls or internet leads at your store. The BDC does that. What are the chances he's going to want to work with you? Would you? Or would you go down the street to the dealership that lets you handle sales calls and internet leads? That's the thing that no one really thought of when they came up with this idea. Nobody good is going to want to work for you, and I'm telling you, regardless of what that company trying to sell you a BDC tells you, that's going to come back to bite you in the ass. I shouldn't even have to give you number 4 at this point, but I will. This will come in handy for my friends who own or work at General Motors dealerships. As many of you know, General Motors is putting on a big push for dealers to implement these BDCs. General Motors, quit telling customers how much you care about them when every survey ever done tells you that customers want a seamless process. They hate getting passed around from salesperson to closer, closer to Knuckles McGraw, and then on to finance. They want to get passed around less, not more. With many of these BDCs, aren't you just telling customers we're going to start passing you around even sooner? Any one of these things should give you serious pause. All 4 of them are checkmate. Go ahead. Ask me what's worse than a BDC staffed by non-salespeople, and I'll tell you a virtual BDC. Are you kidding me? You get one swing at this customer, and you're telling me that you think your best shot is to send them to a 19-year-old kid you've never met working out of a bingo hall 3 time zones away? Really? The bottom line is this: you train your people to do the jobs you hired them to do. If I sell cars at your dealership, I should be qualified to talk to customers, whether it be in person or on the telephone. If you want to find out how to really train your people better, faster, and smarter, give us a call at 866-996-4665. In any event, thank you for letting me get that off my chest.
Hey, and we're back, and that was Alan Ram, the Ram on fire. And
you mess with the Ram,
you
get the horns.
Yeah, you get the horns, brother.
Come on.
Want to thank Alan Ram for that segment. And Dave, what a great show, man.
Awesome show.
I'm looking forward to Digital Dealer, and
Me
I'm all
too,
fired
man.
up. I want to, take off.
Absolutely. Well, you need to leave
Head
now.
to Vegas. Yeah, I know, because I'm driving.
He's scared to fly. Literally, our whole crew's flying. Dave don't want to fly, so he used the excuse that he wants to see the Midwest.
I'm not going to fly without a parachute, so I'm going to drive.
All right, man. Hey, thank you guys for hanging out with us a little bit late.
Yes.
It's well worth it. We want to thank Grant Cardone, Rick Reichart. We want to thank Alan Ram, Lisa Copeland, Melissa Green, Seren Isoldak, Subi Ghosh, Matt Koenig. I want to thank everybody.
Lisa Copeland.
Yep, I said
Eric
Lisa.
Gale.
Eric Gale. All right, guys, thank you very much. We'll see you guys next week.